Ready. Left wheel. Most people don't even realize there's a national park in New Jersey. Take it. Here in Jocky Hollow, this enormous green space with trees and fresh breeze and hiking trails where you can hike, and you can get history too.
Jocky Hollow is one of the most important sites in New Jersey for the American Revolution.
Washington's troops know how to build huts.
Not only because it's a national park, but because the interpretation and the landscape really gives such a sense of what people experienced in the time.
You're in the middle of nowhere. You don't have a blacksmith. You don't have a nail maker. So you have to make do, and a lot of these guys were soldiers.
This is one of the most overlooked and underrated winter encampments of the American Revolution. We have recreational usage. We offer 27 miles of hiking trails, but we want to make sure that the visitor experience is as elevated as possible. And when people come here, they should leave with a sense of its historical significance. Unfortunately, the park, along with most others in the National Park Service, has faced decades of economic challenges, including flat budgets, aging infrastructure, staffing shortages, and deferred maintenance. A recent study by the National Park Service that monitors the health of the forest actually said that our park was in a high state of peril, and that was because we've got invasive species covering a vast portion of the park, along with over-browsing by deer. Additionally, the challenges posed by climate change and the pandemic underscored the vital importance of public lands and the need for additional financial and community support, which prompted the formation of Friends of Jocky Hollow. Since our formation, we have accomplished a great deal for a very young organization, such as providing an information screen inside the main visitor center. One of the major projects that we undertook is the Wick Garden next to the Wick House. And when we arrived, that fence was falling over. It required a complete renovation, but in order to do that, you have to make sure that you don't disturb the ground because there could be very important archaeological finds beneath. We are working on many projects right now. One is the renovation of the New York Brigade Comfort Station.
It was built 50 years ago, and we were asked to come in and renovate and get it ready for 2026.
It's showing its age, it's not ADA accessible, it lacks many visitor amenities.
So, making this area just beautiful and accessible for everyone, for them to enjoy it more, enjoy the history around, I think is very important work.
The other project that we are excited about is the Pennsylvania Mutiny Trail.
What we're looking to do is create a new trail that's going to go from the Captain Adam Benton Monument. He was killed during the mutiny, and it's going to follow the top of the ridge to a fortification that the Army built that winter called the Citadel.
And what's important about that is, one, it would be the first new trail in over 80 years here at the park, but most importantly, it's a trail that very much interprets a historic event. The reenactment is a great opportunity for the public to come and experience what would have really occurred in the spring of 1780.
The whole idea of interpretation is to make it meaningful, make it alive. We do that through talks and tours, but especially at an event like this when we have wonderful reenactors who are content specialists in their own right, we can really engage the public and help them understand what happened here and context of the American Revolution in New Jersey.
Campaign for America 250 is Friends of Jocky Hollow's outreach initiative so that we can prepare in time for the semi-quincentennial next year, making sure that people come, have a wonderful visitor experience, that we are providing visitors with what they expect from a national park.
It's important for everyone because the 250th celebration of the United States is really about everything.
right? The entire history of our nation, all of the people who make it what it is.
I think the most important takeaway from any visit to Jockey Hollow is an understanding that this is a story of American perseverance.
We made it. We made it through. This was the winter nobody would expect that we made it, but we did.
These places that bring to mind the ideals that people lived and fought for 250 years ago, they really deserve our support.
I just want to emphasize that our park is at a critical crossroads, and that if there ever was a time to show your support for your park, it's now. So thank you very much.